Another step on the ladder, Gary. Another step on the ladder. Here we go, Gary. Here we go. All the way to the top. All the way to the top. That's how we do it. All the way to the top. All right, let's do it. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Gary Vincent Show, the #1 place for the biggest stories in high-stakes professional fantasy baseball. Today, I'm coming to you live from San Francisco, where I'm covering the most talked about news of the fantasy baseball offseason, the return to competition of the legendary Yitzhak Tenenbaum. After 7 years in the wilderness, he's back in the game. He was last seen as the director of strategy for Panaderia Silvestri, the historic and controversial 2017 title-winning team of the prestigious D65 League. I have been granted an exclusive interview with Yitzhak to learn everything about his new role. He's reuniting once again with his cousin, Max Margolis, for another run at the D65 title. But before we head over to Yitzhak's house, let me quickly tell you about one of our great sponsors. When it comes to taking a shower, nothing is more frustrating than spending all that time and not getting really clean. You know what I'm talking about. That is why I love Riptide Fresh. These guys make the best soap on the planet. The company was founded by 3X NASA engineers, and you can really tell when you use their soap. It's cut my shower time literally in half. And the best part is, they offset 100% of their greenhouse gas emissions. So it keeps you clean and it keeps the planet green. Go to riptidefresh.com and use promo code GARY, that's G-A-R-Y, to get a 10% off trial subscription. Riptidefresh.com, promo code GARY. All right, now let's go talk to Yitzhak.
Gary.
Yeah, hi Yitzhak. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, sure. You find the place okay?
Yeah, I actually grew up not far from here. I'm so excited to sit down with you. I'm such a big fan of your work.
All right. Well, you seem okay. You seem like you care about the game.
Definitely, it's my whole thing. I love fantasy baseball, and I just want to share.
Look, man, I just got to say this wasn't really my idea. Max wanted me to do this. He thinks it'll be good publicity for the team, so whatever. I'm down to do it, but we can go back here. I've got some chairs set up.
Excellent. Let's get to it. So, Yitzhak, I think I speak for the whole fantasy baseball community when I say that your return to the game is the most exciting news of the offseason. Let's start with the basics. What is your new team, and what will be your role on the team?
I'm going to be the equipment manager for Lorcas Terrestra.
And what's the significance of that name, Lorcas Terrestra?
It means sunshine of the land.
What language is that?
I'm not sure exactly. My cousin Max is the GM of the team. He came up with it. I believe it's one of the classic languages, Egyptian perhaps.
Excellent. And equipment manager. I've never heard of a fantasy baseball team having an equipment manager. I'm also not surprised because when I think of you and your career in this game, if there's one word that comes to mind, it's innovation. You have always been so innovative in your approaches to the sport, and it sounds like you're doing it again.
Well, yeah, equipment manager is a new thing. In the past, people were just expected to, figure out equipment on their own. And I just think it's completely ridiculous for an elite fantasy baseball operation to leave anything to chance. So I created this role to make sure that our whole equipment situation is really dialed in.
Fascinating. And what kind of equipment does a fantasy baseball team use? And how does this new attention to equipment, what sort of edge do you think this will give to Lorcas Terrestra?
First of all, you got your pens, paper, computers, the usual stuff. Some of the guys like to have real baseball equipment around, bats, balls, gloves, a few bases is not unheard of. With some of the analysts, especially, they sometimes like to recreate on-field conditions. Basically, I'm looking to provide whatever tools I can to help our team compete at the highest level. Where I really think we're going to gain an edge, though, is through our drug program.
There's been a big shift in the rules on drug use since you left the game in 2017. How does that factor in?
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. Back then, it was all under the table and completely unsophisticated from a strategic standpoint. But now we've got that religious exemption for drug use, so it's all above board. That frees us up to develop a proper scientific program. Highly specialized. We're talking very specific titrations here. When I think about how haphazard this all used to be, it's like a drafter isn't going to need the same stuff as someone on the in-season bidding team, right? So with Lorcas Terrestra, we've got 23 people on the team this year, and I'm seeing to it that each one of them has a personalized drug regime tailored to their role and brain chemistry. I think it's going to pay huge dividends.
Very interesting. Without giving away too much, can you give an example of this specialized approach?
Sure. Well, for example, from my own experience, I got started in this game as a drafter 20 years ago. Drafting is a very high-intensity activity, so I was into amphetamines, cocaine. I wanted to be sharp, fast, on my toes, and that was certainly in line with the conventional wisdom of the time, but more recent thinking is that drafters need to be creative as well. Flexible, really. So we're looking to mix in some low-dose psychedelics into our baseline drafting cocktail. Devil's in the details there, of course. Too much LSD in the mix and your drafter's off to the moon.
Wow, that could be a problem. But I love it. That kind of specialized approach is very modern, definitely very forward-thinking. It's very impressive. And speaking of impressive, the last time you played fantasy baseball, it was with one of the most impressive teams in the history of the sport, Panaderia Silvestre. You guys set the record for total points and pitching points and just generally ran away with the D65 title. I remember that season very well and how thrilling it was to watch such a juggernaut. So while I'm here with you, I just want to tell you and take this opportunity to say how much I admire that accomplishment.
All right. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. I think there's been so much talk and rumor around the allegations about the situation that the raw greatness of the accomplishment sometimes gets forgotten. Did all of that, shall we say, public turmoil contribute to your leaving the game?
Haters are going to hate, and I never want to be influenced by that, but I'd be lying if I said that it didn't influence me leaving.
You were hurt by the community's response.
Yeah. Yeah, I was. We built something great. Panaderia Silvestre was one of the greatest fantasy baseball teams of all time. All the stuff with the dark web league and whatever with the legal prizes, that's sideshow. What does that have to do with a historic fantasy baseball team that blew away D65? D65. We're not talking about a playground league here. We're talking about one of the most storied and elite leagues in the history of this game, and we crushed it and set all kinds of records doing it. That's what should count.
Definitely. But I just feel like if we look back to that time, I wonder if it wasn't natural for people to be fascinated by all the other stuff, because like you said, here was this championship team, and then less than a week after the season ended, the story came out about you guys being entered in an unlicensed dark web league where the prizes were stolen artwork and antique automobiles. Can you blame people for being fascinated by that?
Is that why you're here? Is that really why you're here? Is that what you want to talk about?
I'm here to listen, and I'm here to share what you have to say with the world. What would you like to say about Panaderia Silvestre?
Nothing really. I don't want to talk about Panaderia Silvestre. I thought we were here to talk about Lorcas terrestra. But, okay, yeah, of course. All anybody wants to talk about is the Dark Web League. Alright, okay, fine. Here's a question for you. Why does it matter?
Well, I have to say, in all fairness, I think it matters a great deal. Competing in that sort of league would have been a violation of a lot of rules, possibly a violation of actual laws. What exactly are you saying?
I'm saying, what if we did win that Dark Web League? Just saying, what if we did? Wouldn't that have been even more impressive? To win the double, to win D65, and in the same year, win another league that some might say is even more competitive. Where's the scandal?
Tell me. Tell the world what really happened in 2017. Are the rumors true? Did you in fact receive a 7-year ban in exchange for allowing Panaderia Silvestre's D65 title to stand?
Dude, fuck off. This is over.
Yitzhak. Hey, come back. Please, we can talk about something else. It's fine. Hey, Yitzhak, please. Come back. That was not good. I went for too much there. What do you think? Was that a disaster? Hey, what do you think?
What? Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah, who else am I talking to?
I don't know. I thought you were just addressing the audience. I don't know, Gary, I'm just getting the shots here. But you know, drama can be good.
Yeah? Yeah. Maybe you're right. Man, what an asshole that guy. Temperamental. Comes with the whole genius territory, I guess. But you're right. People like drama. People love drama. Okay. Maybe I got something there. Let's get out of here before he calls the cops on us or something. Okay. One more step up the ladder for Gary Vincent.
You know, Gary's a good guy. I worked a couple times with him. He's trying to do something new. I don't really understand this fantasy baseball. I don't know who this guy Isaac Tabanekis is, but yeah, I mean, I'm behind him. I'm not even sure what the fantasy part is with the baseball. I don't even know what they're talking about, but I'm behind the camera. That's where I'm comfortable. That's where I've been most of my working life. So that's what's important to me. It's been a good time, I would say. It was a little rough on the beach. We had contending with things, and then we were in the neighborhoods. And once you get out in the neighborhood, you all bets are off about what you're going to get. You're going to get sirens. You're going to get church bells. You're going to get people next door with power machinery. And it's you just do your thing. You just get out there and do your thing, and that's what I've been doing, and that's what I hope to keep doing as long as I can keep going. So, all right.